Welcome to Blast Zone Briefs, your weekly view into a new blast zone in the Fallout 76 wasteland. This week, we'll be nuking the town of Harpers Ferry to see what kind of flux it offers and the types of enemies that you can expect to encounter. So suit up, get your nuclear keycards ready, and join us as we head into a new blast zone. When choosing where to position a blast zone for Harpers Ferry, we ultimately decided to go as far west as possible without compromising common fast travel locations, ultimately keeping the town itself and the northeastern portion of the zone. Going west gives you the greatest variety of flux, as the forest between the town and Savage Divide boundary contains some of the most heavily diversified flora in the game. In terms of flux, Harpers Ferry is unique in that, unlike most other locations, you can find pretty much every type of flux, at least in quantities great enough to stabilize at least one piece of each. You'll find substantial amounts of violet, yellow cake, crimson, and fluorescent, as well as concentrations of cobalt along the banks of the river. Another thing that makes this location unique is that it also contains an ample number of enemies, which you'll need for collecting Flux's other crafting materials. While you'll find most of these enemies concentrated in the town of Harpers Ferry itself, you can also find some at Big B's Rest Stop, the Sunday Brothers Cabin, and the Thunder Mountain Substation. And since we're in the mire, you can also expect a number of random encounters while harvesting Flux in the forest. In regards to what types of enemies you can expect, Harpers Ferry will generally contain a combination of super mutants, scorched, and glowing ones. Sunday Brothers Cabin generally contains blood bugs and bloatflies. The Thunder Mountain Substation almost always hosts gulpers and anglers on top of various insects, and Big B's Rest Stop will contain either super mutants, glowing ones, or scorched. On a final note regarding enemies, while you won't find any of the crafting materials from the enemies within, venturing into the burrows while in a blast zone will provide you with a substantial number of glowing ones to farm, as they will exclusively spawn here until the blast zone lifts. A trip through will net you a decent amount of XP and the chance to collect some new legendary items, so be sure to check it out. Ultimately, Harpers Ferry is a great place to nuke if you want a bit of everything. Not only will you find every type of flux available in the game here, you'll also find the enemies needed to stabilize it. If you're looking for a specific kind of flux, however, it may not be your best option, as more concentrated pockets of each type can be found elsewhere on the map. But regardless, it's still a great zone to explore. That's it for this week's brief. Join us every Saturday as we explore new blast zones, and check in on Wednesdays for tips and tutorials about other Fallout 76 topics. Also, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified every time we post a new video. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, for the Enclave.